Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives, as well as public intoxication with consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages and tobacco products, are grounds for removal from the site of competition and other disciplinary actions. Before we get into the lineups, ladies and gentlemen, please rise with your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Introduce both teams in today's first match between Trinity and Verne. First, for the visitors, the Leopards of the University of Verne. Number 1, Nalani Young. Number 3, Kylie McGarry. Number 4, Riley Colleen. Number 5, Madison Hudson. Number 6, Jasmine Chandler. Number 10, Kelly Young. Number 11, Ha'ani Untalan. Number 13, Kaylin Katena. Number 14, Lexi Giacog. Number 15, Caitlin Bloomer. Number 20, Julia Thomas. Number 21, Ella Davis. Number 24, Emily Heldenbrand. And number 25, Isabella Quiros. And now the starting lineup for the Leopards. And outside right side senior from Pomona, California, number 2, Ayana Mir. A first-year middle blocker from Camino Island, Washington, number 8, Olivia Ruckert. A senior setter from Palmdale, California, number 9, Jordan Patton. A sophomore outside hitter from Lake Forest, California, number 16, Nolani Soma. Senior middle blocker from Moore Park, California, number 18, Kari Esif. A first-year outside right side from Pomona, number 23, Maya Ray. And the libero, a sophomore from Long Beach, California, number 44, Madison Smith. Head coach for the Leopards is Jeff Hendershot, assisted by Mario Meza and Randy Taylor-Tumay. And now introducing your 2022 number 3 Trinity University Tigers. A first-year setter from Houston, number 1, Josie Dayer. A first-year libero from the Woodlands, Texas, number 2, Cassidy McLean. A senior libero from El Paso, Texas, number 5, Nadia Kern. A senior right side from Seattle, number 9, Sarah Flynn. A junior middle blocker from Kalamazoo, Michigan, number 10, Carly Bruckheisen. A first-year outside from Little Rock, Arkansas, number 11, Hallie Martin. A senior middle blocker from Rockwall, Texas, number 14, Brett Thornton. A sophomore setter from San Antonio, number 18, Trinity Herrera. A first-year libero from Portland, number 20, Kylie King. A first-year right side from Santa Monica, California, number 22, Kara Lynch. And a first-year right side from Greenville, North Carolina, number 24, Sydney Boyer. And now the starting lineup for your Tigers. A first-year libero from San Antonio, number 3, Jenna Rodriguez. A junior middle blocker from New York, New York, number 4, Maddie Fate. A senior center from Calabasas, California, number 6, Marissa Emarino. A first-year outside hitter from the Woodlands, Texas, number 7, Reagan Watley. A senior middle blocker from Georgetown, Texas, number 8, Emily Ellis. A senior right side from Denver, Colorado, number 15, Sarah Williamy. And a junior outside hitter from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, number 17, Mackenzie Logan. Assistant coaches for the Tigers, Maggie Linker and Brad Bullets. Head coach for the Tigers, Julie Jenkins. Ladies and gentlemen, let day 2 of the Trinity Fall Classic begin.
Is that Katy Perry I hear? Because there's quite a roar in here. Oh, wait. That's just because we have the Tigers and the Leopards in Calgard Gym. It's a joust for the jungle between Laverne and your number 3 Trinity Tigers. I'm Brian Yanselson, and I'm joined by Jade Schoenberger. Jade, has your heart caught up after last night's wild win over Juniata?
Honestly, Brian, I was in a state of almost blackout after that game. It was so much excitement. It took me hours to kind of settle down after the match, but I'm so excited to be here again. Round 2, day 2 of the tournament here at 11 a.m. in Calgard Gym, back at it. Super excited to be here.
And while the roar I mentioned at the top was metaphorical, I think yesterday we could easily say there really was a roar in here. I have yet to see this gym as full as it was yesterday, as loud as it was yesterday. We had not just the normal student section, but the one behind us too formed as the game went along. It was an incredible show of support for the Tigers.
Yeah, with our brief technical difficulties, the loud atmosphere didn't help in terms of us being able to hear ourselves, but it was super exciting. And it looks as though all of those Tigers are, maybe recuperating from all of that excitement. Not as many fans here today, but hopefully we see some trickle in.
And we have quite the matchup between the University of Laverne Leopards and the Trinity Tigers. For the Leopards, it is Ayana Meir, Olivia Ruckert, Jordan Patton, Nolani Soma, Kari Esef, and Maya Ray. And for the Tigers, the same lineup we saw yesterday. Jenna Rodriguez at libero, Maddie Fate, Marissa Amarino, Reagan Watley, Emily Ellis, and Sarah Williamy, along with Mackenzie Logan there on the outside. So we are just about ready to get started here in San Antonio. Jordan Patton back to serve for Laverne. And here we go. Watley with the tip. Leopards get a shot to play with it, but the Trinity block making its presence known early. Emily Ellis there for the block. And Jade, another state of disbelief for both of us was the block of Trinity yesterday. Insane numbers yet again.
Absolutely. The block was huge last night, especially you saw it in, I believe, set 3 and 4 at one point. Just the ball was not getting over the net for the Eagles. Tigers offense with a strong press over the net, and it definitely worked in their favor yesterday.
And look at that dig by Jenna Rodriguez, also resulting in a kill as the Leopards couldn't take the heat from the first year. 2-0 Trinity to start things off. Leopards go to the middle this time. It is Olivia Ruckert who gets the kill. But you are right, Jade. The Juniata Eagles had a hard time getting it past the Trinity block. 15 blocks recorded for Trinity. That's almost 4 per set, which would easily be top in the nation. Tigers already second in the nation with 2.7 a set. And it is just dominating, as is Williamy there on the right side. Things working early for the Tigers. And Jenna Rodriguez once again for the 3rd consecutive match wearing the libero jersey with a strong serve there. Middle again for the Leopards, this time dug out. Amarino Logan, a little strong there. It'll land out.
Tigers looking for a touch on that last swing by Logan. That ball's not going to go in their favor. That's going to be a point for Laverne. Sending Smith back to serve.
Smith wearing the white libero jersey for Laverne. Serves it to the libero, and the Tigers are just going to have to send it over. Pushed outside, block is there. Leopards with another shot at it. Dug by Amarino, Mir couldn't get it down. Here comes Logan. Little curl. Leopards come back, and Esif will eventually get the kill. Kari Esif, the senior from Moore Park, California. Had a fantastic day yesterday in the middle, as did the entire Laverne squad. They kind of rolled their way through the SCAC yesterday, defeating Texas Lutheran and Southwestern here as part of the Trinity Fall Classic. So Trinity, the last man standing in terms of SCAC opponents. And here the ball will land for another Laverne point. They'll take their first lead of the match as they've responded well to some early strong play from the Tigers.
Tigers putting up a strong block, but Laverne thus far has been using it to their favor. A lot of tools we've seen thus far here in set one.
Another serve from Smith. Watley receives it. Amarino, middle to Fate. Great dive over there by the Leopards. Tigers another chance. Amarino right back to Logan, and she gets the tool off the block. And here come the first substitutions for Trinity. Sarah Flynn and Trinity Herrera. Tight pass at the net coming from Patton. She gets it out to Mir, and Mir finishes the deal. Nice receive from Watley, and Fate strong across the middle. And here comes one of the heroes from last night, Jade, Cassidy McLean, becoming the ace master in a hurry.
The ace master, yeah, she came in set three, cold off the bench, and had 3 aces back to back. An incredible showing, and then you saw her more frequently in set 4. She was subbing in replacement of Nadia Kern to play back row and serve for, I believe, one of the outsides in that last match. But great to see her again this morning.
On that last point, she couldn't quite get out of the way, but Cassidy McLean had only played in a total of 5 sets going into yesterday. But Julie Jenkins trusting her in a big match, and it worked out. Here, Laverne standing strong at the net, getting a block of their own, and they take a 2-point lead in set number 1. Here comes the serve from Nolani Soma. Right to McLean. Herrera behind her, back to Flynn. Nice dig there by Soma. Be a free ball for the Tigers. Herrera, Watley, and she gets it down.
Great play by Fate and Flynn, both coming in on quicks there, holding the Laverne block, leaving for a great opportunity for Watley on the outside, and she put that ball away for sure.
Serve a little long there for Maddie Fate. Back to a 2-point lead for Laverne, and Fate will come out in favor of Jenna Rodriguez. Meanwhile, for the Leopards, Esif back to serve. Low serve, barely over the net. Down ball coming from Rodriguez. Maya Ray outside, great dig again, Rodriguez straight to the Leopards though, so another chance. Maya Ray, this time won't let it go. Maya Ray, the impressive freshman for the Leopards from Pomona, California, has made an immediate presence for this Laverne squad. And we will see a lot of her today. She had 24 kills on 50 swings. Talk about efficiency and talk about a workhorse. Here she can't quite get to the block, however. Sarah Flynn dealing with that solo block of Ray and getting it down the line. Not wanting to leave a single block for Sarah Flynn if you're an opponent.
Absolutely not. She's a great, strong right side player. And up against a single block, more often than not, she's putting that ball away.
Putting the ball away here, Madison Hudson, newly into the game, the freshman from Temecula, California, and she'll sub right out. Jordan Patton, the senior, back to serve. First to 10 here, Laverne, winning the second of these little mini segments that we like to keep track of. Received by Watley. Amarino back to chase it. And Watley can't get it over the block. Here go the Tigers again. Watley trusted again. This time dug by the libero. Not much working for either offense on this rally. Good swing by Willie. And Meir rejected but out, says the official. Not the cleanest of looks there for either side, but Laverne gets the point, 11-7 in favor of the Leopards. Patton back to serve once again. McLean, Amarino, and here comes Willie in the middle, and no match for that. Willie moving from the right to the middle to get that kill. How dangerous is that when Willie can come from her typical position and shock people from the middle?
I was just about to say that might be one of my favorite plays, the right side coming in to swing a 2 in the middle. More often than not, those Tiger right sides are scoring off of that play with a lot of heat. Definitely fun to watch.
We've gotten used to seeing the slide, which is the opposite of the middle coming out to the right side, but last night against Juniata, Trinity really liking what they saw with Williamy going in the middle, and it worked late. So trying it early here against Laverne. Here's Emily on that slide we were talking about, dug by Ray. Nice effort though by Willie and Ellis to combine on the right side block. (9-12), Trinity down. Rodriguez will try to go on a little run here, bring things back. Near outside, blocked. Mackenzie Logan. And we said that a lot last night. Mackenzie Logan, a career high 7 blocks against the Eagles. And Coach Jenkins was very pleased with her performance after the match.
And another one, Brian.
Another block. Once again, not who they're wanting to get it to right here. Nearly comes right to us at the scorer's table. But there is that run for Jenna Rodriguez and the Tigers. Nearly an ace. Instead, it's out. Amarino calls it out. And now some confusion. Coach Hendershot and the Laverne Leopards saying point Laverne, and they're going to get the official to agree.
Looks like there's a little bit of confusion as the up ref and down ref appear to have made the call, but the lines ref that you're seeing on the Eagles side did raise her flag showing that the ball was out. Her call was a little bit delayed. So we will see whose call stands after this chat with the up ref.
And right here, Amarino, one of the captains for the Tigers, going to talk to the official. 2 weeks ago when Avery Togel joined us on the broadcast stage, he talked about how she used to have that responsibility of talking to the ref, and whatever they're doing is working because they got the point switched in their favor. Avery, though, saying sometimes she knew it was a lost cause, but she would go over there anyway just to kind of slow the game down. So interesting to learn that little bit. But Amarino, I guess the communication major is working there because she was able to communicate her point and win. So great job by the senior from Calabasas. And just like that, it's a tie ball game for Trinity and Laverne. Two storied programs getting to face off in San Antonio. A weekend full of them. Yesterday we mentioned Juniata making every single NCAA tournament, while Laverne and Trinity both have made 26 of them. More than half of the opportunities. They have clinched spots in the postseason. And the Leopards with 2 Division III championships coming in the early 21st century. But looking to get back to that. Still some confusion. Coach Hendershot for Laverne, the man trying to catapult his team back into the national conversation. Making sure he understands what the call was, and we're finally back in action. Jenna Rodriguez still serving. And Sarah Williamy still blocking. Timeout coming for Laverne. A 5-0 run for the Tigers puts them back on top in set number 1. We'll take a quick break on Tiger Network and join you after this. Would you believe already 4 blocks for the Tigers in set number 1? And Jade, you think that that block has more than just that direct impact on the points?
Absolutely. I mean, we saw it similarly yesterday. You know, this is just a correlation. This might not be the reason, but Laverne, or excuse me, not Laverne, Juniata yesterday had 31 attacking errors. And I can only kind of hypothesize that maybe that has to do with the Trinity Tigers' huge block and not wanting to swing directly into them. Maybe these players or opponents are trying to avoid that big block by swinging a little deeper or hitting some shots that they're maybe not as comfortable hitting. And that's definitely working in the Tigers' favor, as we're seeing a lot of people swinging out, making unnecessary mistakes. But we'll see if things pan out similarly here. Laverne against the Trinity Tigers. So far, we haven't seen as many forced mistakes or unforced mistakes, but we're only here in set 1.
I think you bring up a great point, though, Jade, as the Tigers go to Maddie Fate here in the middle. Point still going for Mir. Great touch for Fate to give the Tigers a chance, and Logan fireball directly into Ray. Pushed free ball opportunity for Amarino, dumped read well. And the point will land for Laverne after a nice long rally there. But Jade, that last point yesterday that landed out for Juniata, don't know if you were able to notice at home through everything that was happening, but Trinity Herrera, the setter, was in front row on the block. But to your point, so much in the minds of the Eagles after the blocks that they must have not noticed that, and the ball sailed well out, allowing the Tigers to win. So I think you are right on the mark with just that mental block that the Tigers have provided for their opponents.
Yeah, if you did not catch that 4th set against Juniata yesterday, that set went to point 30 to 28 was the final score. Tigers taking that one. It went super long, and it got to the point where both teams, I'm pretty sure, essentially ran out of subs at that point. So you did see Herrera, who normally subs out for Williamy and Arissa Marino. She was actually front row towards the end of the 4th set, putting up maybe not the biggest block here on the right side. And Juniata did not use that to their favor late in that set.
Yeah, we had Sarah Flynn serving, Trinity Herrera blocking, all sorts of wild scenarios at Calguard, but the Tigers able to pull it out and looking for another big home victory here against an in-region opponent. Laverne with 3 points in a row out of the timeout, but Trinity responding there. Maddie Fate out of the middle with the kill.
Checking in for Trinity number 18, Trinity Herrera, number 9, Sarah Flynn, Herrera back to serve.
Here comes Herrera and Flynn coming in for Amarino and Williamy. That rotation that by now we have memorized as Tiger viewers on Tiger Network. SF tries to push it over, but before that, a double going to be called on Patton. And Trinity right back to within 1. So a hitting percentage at 148, not where we're used to seeing it for Trinity, but still right in this set, trying to gain some momentum to start the match. Near right side, denied. Logan and Fate, the junior connection, getting it done. Tough pass for Ray. Leopards have to chase it down, and here comes a free ball. Watley, Herrera, Flynn in the net. Point Leopards. You could see a little bit of a shrug here from Coach Jenkins. Knows that's a missed opportunity. But like we talked about so much yesterday, Jade, even on an error, smiles on the faces of the Tigers.
Absolutely, definitely a confident squad. We'll see that net by Flynn, but Laverne's going to return the point with a missed serve. Score is now tied up at 17-17. We'll see who pulls away with the string.
McLean in to serve. Back row attack, Maya Ray. Coach Jenkins wanting a double. Here comes Flynn, and she gets it on the court.
Off the block, a nice cross-court shot from Flynn. Looked like the Laverne defense wasn't too sure who was going to pick up that dig. But a kill for the Tigers.
Tight pass. And a free ball again. Flynn. Herrera pushes it to Watley and gets it past the arm of Ray. So not wasting that free ball opportunity, and Trinity up 19-17 in set 1. Excellent serve, excellent ace by the ace master, showing why she's earned a new nickname thanks to Tiger Network, Cassidy McLean. Do you see anything specific on her serve that makes it so strong, Jade?
She serves a quick, low float across the net, and she's consistent. You know, she's not doing anything particularly crazy, but she's putting that ball in the court and forcing Laverne to make a play out of it, which I think has really led to her success here, both yesterday and today.
Remarkable to see her getting so much playing time in this fall classic. It had really been Rodriguez, Hallie Martin, and Reagan Watley, the 3 first years, who had gotten the most playing time out of the 8 first years. But now we've got a 4th in Cassidy McLean making a real impact in this 2022 campaign. So you see the youth that is coming and a sign of what's to come for the next 4 years, while you have the experience of the senior class and then those 3 super seniors. A great mix of talent for the Tigers.
Absolutely, and with McLean, we mentioned it yesterday, but we'll mention it today as well. It is super hard to come off of the bench cold and then produce points right off the bat for your team yesterday in set 3. She did come in and have 3 aces back-to-back, and here coming off the bench to come in and serve and play some back row, she has once again produced another point with another ace.
With her back to serve, the Tigers have gone on another little scoring run, 4-0 to take the 3-point lead. They're the first to 20 and looking to be the first to 25. Ray receives this one. Katani tries to go outside and gets it there. Madison Hudson with the finish for Laverne. Nolani Soma trying to bring her team back, the sophomore from Lake Forest, California. Right to McLean. Herrera pushes it to Watley, and Watley, too much for Soma to handle.
It's going to be Ellis stepping on, Rodriguez stepping off, and Fate back to serve for the Tigers.
Essif tries the tip, Fate not fooled. Here comes Watley again and again. Gets it done.
Smart swinging by Watley. She was a little tight on the net, but swung high off the block and scored.
Reagan Watley tied for the team lead with 9 kills yesterday. Already 4, the most for the Tigers in set 1. Katina pushes it to Ray, and Ray, haven't seen much of her early on. Definitely expected to see more. That's just her 2nd kill on 5 swings. Mentioned right at the top that she had 24 kills on the big round number 50 swings against TLU. And then against Southwestern, she had pretty well-rounded performance in all assets of the box score. She had a double-double, had 10 kills and 11 digs. But the Tigers so far doing a nice job neutralizing her, and Emily Ellis getting it right off of that block of Ray for the point. Herrera and Flynn headed to the bench. Amarino and Williamy in to try to finish the deal here in set 1.
Nice float.
Serve. Rodriguez with the set. Williamy dug by the libero. And Ray adjusting, but still can't get it down. Finally, it is number 8 out of the middle, Olivia Ruckert. Gets Laverne to 20. We saw Ray try to make that adjustment. Instead of going hard into the block, went soft over it with the tip shot, but still the Tigers all over her. Out on the serve. 1 point to go for the Tigers. Laverne had a pretty clean start to the game, but in the last 10 points, they've had 2 of them go as service errors at the wrong time for them. And into the net is Ruckert. And into set 2 go the Tigers with a 1-set lead. Great resilience to come back from a couple of deficits there, trailed by 3. But they never showed that they were going to give up, never showed any signs of weakness. And it's another set victory for the Tigers. We'll take a break as the 2 teams switch sides and be back on Tiger Network. Welcome back to Tiger Network. It was a close first set between the Tigers and the Leopards. Tigers pulling it out 25-20. But looking through the box score, nothing really stands out in terms of a massive advantage for the Tigers. Both teams playing pretty evenly.
Yeah, the teams went back and forth a handful of times throughout that first set. Tigers coming away with 4 more blocks than Laverne, and that might have been what put them a little bit over the edge. Again, only winning that first set by 5 points. Laverne also had a few more attacking errors than the Tigers. And that might have been, what resulted in the first set score, but ultimately both teams playing relatively even.
Coach Jeffrey Hendershot for Laverne. Got to talk to him this week ahead of the match. He's entering his second full season as head coach for Laverne. And he told me the biggest area for improvement for his squad, definitely limiting those errors in all facets of the game. They did a good job for most of that first set until the very end with those couple of service errors. But all around, a pretty solid performance for his squad, coming all the way from Laverne, California, a suburb of Los Angeles. Los Angeles, a place Marissa Amarino knows well, and Amarino with the dig. Rodriguez down ball. Here comes Maya Ray from the right side, but another dig, this time from Rodriguez.
Nice hustle by Marissa Amarino, keeping that ball alive for her team. Great defensive outing by the Tigers in this first point.
Watley eventually able to just tip it over, and Coach Hendershot not happy as he collects the ball and throws it back in. Amarino from Calabasas, California. Laverne just south of there in between Pasadena and San Bernardino in the Inland Empire of Southern California. Excellent dig from Logan. Amarino chases it down, but a free ball. Ray Patton, and Ray off speed. Watley can't get it over with the down ball, so good off speed. Doesn't result in the immediate kill for Ray, but did enough to get the Tigers out of system and out of balance. Ray now gets to go back to serve. Into the net. Reagan Watley, 5 kills on 9 swings. And a nice tough serve forces Smith to chase it. And Soma rejected by Willie and Ellis. Here she comes again from the outside. Rodriguez dives for it. Logan wanted a touch, instead out. Point for Laverne.
Nice idea by Logan, shooting for that deep cross corner. Ball going a little bit too long. But hopefully she continues to shoot that shot.
Logan, not afraid, comes right back to it. She's blocked though, and here comes Willie. Tip shot from the right. Patton sets it for Mir. Nice touch there for Ellis. Rodriguez sets it for William E, and all sorts of contact. Ends up in a point for the Tigers. So many options, it's an embarrassment of riches. When Logan can't get it, just toss it back out to Willie on the right.
Yeah, the Tigers' offense is ridiculous. Everyone is a great player at the net. You have so many options on a good set. You can really push the ball to anyone and assume that that person's going to score.
SF gets the point there for Laverne. We've talked so much about the defense and the blocking of the Tigers that it's easy to forget a year ago, not only did the Tigers lead the nation in blocks, they also led the nation in hitting percentage. And that balance is extremely difficult to come by in Division III volleyball, but the Tigers managed to do it.
A strong team at the net for sure. That point is going to Laverne.
But it just goes to show that the Tigers can win many different types of matches. If they have to go full speed ahead on offense, they can do it. But they can also play good defense, and good defense there by Rodriguez, calling it out on the serve. And And another air for the Leopards. Last night's win over Juniata, marking the third win over a top 10 opponent for the Tigers this year. Just a remarkably tough schedule and an even better showing for Trinity.
Nice strong serve by Herrera. Looks like there was a little bit of a miscommunication in regards to who was going to take that second ball for Laverne.
For the Tigers, number 18, Trinity Herrera.
You saw Davis hustling over there to try and keep that ball alive. But with that second touch, it's going to be a point for the Tigers, now leading by 1 here in set 2.
Another tough serve, another ace. Trinity Herrera. Maybe coming for that Ace Master nickname.
Laverne's going to change up their serve receive, pushing Hudson back to pass.
SF strong push out of the middle, and Herrera can't get there. Kari SF, one of the veteran presence here on Laverne's squad, a senior on a very young team. Watley, nice dig. But a block for SF and Hudson there. And SF really providing a lot of the energy for her team. You can see the positivity, always looking back to her bench, always high-fiving her teammates. Logan, not afraid after that block, and instead gets a tool.
Yeah, she went right back for that block, instead using it to her favor, bouncing off of the hands of Hudson, who was blocking on the right side for Laverne, putting Trinity up by 1.
Smith has to go down and get it, push to Ray. Ray tries to go down the line, not working. Still just 2 kills on 11 swings for the freshman from Pomona. Trinity up 8-6 in set 2.
Free ball here for the Tigers. We'll see how they use it. Fate in the middle, and that's going to be another point for the Tigers.
And it looked to be some miscommunication here on the side of Laverne. Ella Davis, the freshman from Grapevine, trying to set the ball for SF, and you can still see them talking about that last point, making sure they're on the same page, freshman and senior. Davis has to chase it down, and she won't get it.
McLean once again behind the service line with an ace. You know, I wasn't really noticing this before, Brian, but McLean does serve from extremely deep behind the baseline. I think that may be working in her favor, as it's resulting in a lot of time for the opponent to have to read the ball in the air before, you know, serve receiving. So hopefully she continues to serve really deep. You know, some gyms might not be, that might not be feasible due to the court space, but here in CalGuard, you have plenty of space behind the baseline, and she is using that to her advantage with these low float serves.
Where did you used to serve back in your day?
Oh, Brian, I did not serve. You'll see her later this evening, but Amelia Rodent, if you're listening, she came in and served for me pretty much the entire time that I played at Trinity. So yeah, definitely not my strong suit.
So you were the Sarah Flynn and Sarah Williamy of the Tigers back then?
Yes, yes indeed.
Just an automatic machine at the net, were you? Pretty good tradition of hitters here at Trinity Volleyball. Julie Jenkins has seen a lot of them in her 38 years. Just 4 wins shy of a pretty big milestone. She reached 1,000 wins a year ago, but with 4 more victories this year, she'd have 1,000 wins at Trinity alone, and would become just the 2nd coach ever in Division III to accomplish that. McLean from that deep baseline, as you pointed out. Soma has to pass it, and some more confusion lands out, and you see Smith and Davis having to communicate again Smith saying that's my bad, taking the leadership there as the libero. But Davis has struggled since coming in as the setter. And
Off
nearly
the
an
tape.
ace. Ray got an arm on it. Smith seemed to be there ready for the dig instead. 12-6 Trinity, biggest lead we've seen of the match. And who else but Cassidy McLean back to serve to engineer it. 6-0 run since she went back there. Tight pass now, and Fate handles it.
Another free ball for the Tigers. We'll see who they give it to.
McLean goes and gets it. Free ball now for Laverne. Can Davis set it well? She goes right side, and this time the kill for Hudson. Credit to Laverne there. Fate tried to wallop it home on that overpass, but Laverne played some good defense and hung in there long enough to get the point. Close it to within 5 and send Kylie McGarry to try to close the gap even further. Rodriguez gets in front of it. Herrera behind her, back to Flynn, but Soma there. Davis out to Ray. There's Rodriguez. Ray, though, hammers it down. So a couple of the better plays we've seen from the Leopards on those last two. And they pulled to within 4. Herrera goes to Fate, and Fate able to bring it down for the Tigers. Fate will go back to serve. Laverne yesterday losing the first set to TLU, and then storming back to win that one against the Bulldogs in 5. They then defeated the Southwestern Pirates in 4 sets. Looked very impressive ahead of the Trinity Juniata match. Coach Hendershot talking to the official, making sure they have the rotation in order. Talking about Maya Ray, number 23, being in the right space. And here comes the serve from Fate. Ray will get the swing. McLean will get the dig. And Watley touched at the net. So here come the Leopards. Flynn covers it. And Watley's not going to miss twice, is she?
Nice quick set by Herrera, leaving that line wide open for Watley. Smart shot down the line, deep in the court. That's a point for the Tigers.
Excellent effort from Herrera to get to the off speed, but it won't be enough as Ray ultimately gets the kill. Patton back in the game as the setter. And the setter, nice serve. But a better kill, Sarah Flynn. It almost gets to the point with Flynn where it looks like she's not trying, and we know that's not the case, but that lefty swing is just so silky smooth.
She definitely makes it look easy and is producing for her team for sure. Nice serve by Amarino is going to result in a free ball for the Tigers. She's going to put that ball up for Ellis and a little bit pushed too far. Ellis reaching with her left hand but unable to get that ball to go over. Quick point for Laverne, but the Tigers are still leading 15-9.
In the net again, Maya Ray, just like last time, struggling behind the service line and gives a free point to the Tigers. Leopards up to 5 service errors. And Reagan Watley, who leads all scorers with 7 kills. That's a
Tight
great
pass.
serve. Ellis sends it home. Another tight pass. Soma will just have to send it over. Amarino right back to Ellis. Hello, Emily Ellis, back-to-back massive kills, and Trinity up to 18-10. It'll call timeout. Hendershot not liking what he's seeing from his Leopards as the Tigers take, again, their largest lead of the match. It had been 6, now up to 7 and 8.
Yeah, the Tigers are definitely putting the pressure in regards to serving aggressively against Laverne. We haven't seen that consistent of passing from Laverne, thus leading to them not being able to run their strongest offense, and that is definitely working in the Tigers' favor. We've seen a lot of free balls being sent their way, and they're putting it to the ground, as you saw with Ellis in these last couple plays.
And Ellis just seems to always be at the right place at the right time. Really helps to explain why she has a career hitting percentage of .383. And if you missed it, we mentioned it extremely briefly yesterday, and it's worth highlighting because it is just a crazy number to think that Emily Ellis's hitting percentage is the highest in all of Division III across her career. And when you talk about that stat in particular, if it were kills, you would say, okay, well, she's a fifth-year senior, she's getting more opportunity, more volume of kills. But percentage, that is not helped by being here more. In fact, it's actually hurt by having more opportunities. But for her to keep it up that high and lead the entire country goes to show the special talent that is the super senior from Georgetown.
Definitely a player you want on your side, not someone you want to face against. Super low in errors and very consistent on the court. We're glad to have her back.
And not only offensively, defensively, the last 2 matches, Emily has had 8 blocks in each of them. So offensively and defensively, Ellis showing up in her 5th year.
Absolutely, definitely reading the game well. A nice dig by Rodriguez, a little tight, but Laverne unable to read that ball. Swinging into the net. Not the point you want coming out of a timeout. That is Watley back to serve for the Tigers.
Another tight pass. Ellis tries to get it. Instead, they'll force it out as Soma just trying to salvage it, but pushed it too far. And it is 20-10 Trinity. It had been so close in the first set, pretty close in this second. And the Tigers have gotten 9 of the last 10 to take this massive lead.
That was number 1, Young subbing in for the Leopards. Leopards trying to get a good pass in order to run their offense. Logan swinging into the antenna. That's going to be a point for the Leopards.
Riley Callan checking in for Laverne. First time we've seen her, the senior from Oceanside, California. And Laverne down 9, trying to get any sort of momentum heading into the 3rd set. Tough pass for Jenna Rodriguez. Logan, though, great shot, and she's going to get the point. Nice little curl there on the outside from Mackenzie Logan. And she's up to 3 kills on 12 swings. Amarino, great coverage. Rodriguez with the set. William E, too much for Madison Smith. 22-11 in favor of the Tigers.
Rodriguez mixing in a short serve. That was Young powering that ball through the Tiger block for a point for the Leopards. Double substitution here.
And Coach Hendershot using some new names here off the bench, and Alani Young getting her first kill. Didn't play a whole lot yesterday either. And here Ella Davis avenging some of her earlier mistakes, gets the ace. one of 8 freshmen on the Laverne squad. Tight pass, but Amarino gets it, and Fate finishes it. And look at the look on the face of Williamy coming in, impressed by her teammates. Not quite sure how Amarino was able to save it at the net. And she gets some high fives as she heads back to the bench, replaced by her counterpart, Trinity Herrera. Free ball for the Tigers off the serve. Flynn. Free ball and Flynn is a winning formula.
It's the combination that you could run over and over again and never get tired of, that's for sure.
And it's the type of math that I can do. Free ball plus Flynn equals point. Look at us. We've got it down. Tigers 1 point away from claiming set 2, but Madison Hudson saying not so fast, extending it for the moment. Flynn out of the middle. Logan then outside. Finishes set number 2 in favor of the Tigers. It was a dominant one for Trinity, 25-14 over the Leopards. So far, the roar of the Tigers just a little bit louder. And the teams will return to their original spots. We'll take a quick break on Tiger Network. You won't want to miss what could be a sweep. Welcome back to Tiger Network. Brian Janselson with Jade Schoenberger, and we've been so fortunate to call some high-quality matchups here at CalGuard Gym. First, we saw the Tigers take down number 6 Barry. We see them take down the defending national champions, Wisconsin Eau Claire. They take down number 2 Juniata. And today, Laverne, you may not see a number in front of their name. They're not currently ranked, but this is one of the most storied programs in Division III volleyball. 26 NCAA tournament appearances that have led to 2 national championships, and the most recent of those came under the leadership of a familiar name if you paid attention to SCAC volleyball. Don Flora, the current head coach of the Southwestern Pirates, was the coach for the Laverne Leopards when the program was absolutely dominant in the early 2000s. The Leopards won 9 consecutive SCIAC championships, and they won a national championship in 2001, all under the leadership of Flora. And so Coach Hendershot, who's in his second year with the Leopards, telling me he knows the history, he knows the pedigree, and his job is to bring the Leopards back into the national conversation. And he says, while they may not be there yet, when he got the call from Julie Jenkins to see if he wanted to be in this tournament, he said, absolutely. When I see Trinity, when I see Juniata, Southwestern, TLU, I need to be there. And so Laverne looking to get back into that national conversation along with Trinity.
It's definitely great to have them. They've been playing a strong match. Looking at the stats, you know, the numbers are pretty darn similar, but what may have hurt them in that second set is their hitting percentage actually decreased from 176 to 154, whereas the Tigers went up to 333. We'll see how they choose to tackle set 3 here. But the Tigers looking extremely confident.
And it's already been a great fall classic for the Leopards. They defeated TLU, defeated Southwestern. So some key in West region wins for the Leopards. But today they are running into the buzzsaw that is the Trinity Tigers at home. Ellis tries to tip it there. Logan now with the great dig, pushed out to Watley. And it'll fall for the Leopards after some nice hustle for the Tigers. Laverne starts on top set 3. Laverne in the same conference as Claremont Mudscripts, the Southern California Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. SCIAC is much easier to say than that. But Claremont providing Trinity one of its 2 losses in that East-West Classic a week ago. So the SCAC and the SCIAC, 2 of the premier conferences in college volleyball. Watley, great coverage, sends it to Amarino, who gets it to Ellis. Back corner kill. And Willie fools them all with the last second tip. It is unfair to know that you have so much power and to then just finesse it onto the other side.
Definitely some great deception by Willie. I was just about to say, really smart decision there. Not getting much elevation in terms of a... they're gonna call the Tigers over. I think they were gonna call Marissa. Coach Jenkins not liking that call. Things tied up here at 2-2. Ellis throwing over a down ball.
This one clearly out. And Ellis will come out in favor of Maddie Fate. Jenna Rodriguez back to serve. Tight pass, Fate brings the hammer home. We've tried several nicknames. We've tried Ace Master from McLean. We have Maddie Madness. It also just fits too well, though, Big Apple for Maddie Fate. She's from New York. She's got such a big swing. What do you think about it, Jade?
You know, I'm loving Maddie Madness, especially if that's correlated with a really strong set, too. I'm all for that for the rest of season. But I'm sure by the end of the season, we'll have a nickname for everyone. And I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Ace on the way from Jenna Rodriguez. And time out for Coach Hendershot and the Leopards as they try to keep things within reach. They want to claw back into this one, but Trinity trying to really put the pedal to the metal. 6-2 here in set 3. We'll take a quick timeout as the teams talk it over, and we'll be back. Leopards and Tigers back from the timeout, and nothing's changing because it's another ace for Jenna Rodriguez, 2 in a row.
This Tiger lineup is definitely showing out in regards to the serve-receive game. They definitely put the pressure on Laverne in the last set, almost serving them off the court, honestly. The Verne Leopards were really struggling to get a pass up to run an effective offense in set 2. And the Tigers are maintaining that pressure here in set 3.
Another tough serve for Rodriguez. Doesn't leave much room. And that Tiger block again, Maddie Fate and Sarah Williamy. You just have to get things perfectly to work against these Tigers. And even the slightest opening, like right there, is too much room for the Tiger block. And Maddie Fate does it all alone there.
Definitely smart players on and off the court. This team runs a very clean game. Definitely don't want to catch them on one of their good days. But we're seeing a lot of good days thus far. Smart play by Williamy.
Back row attack from Maya Ray, dug by Rodriguez, but Amarino a little late on the set there, and she doesn't get their point for the Leopards. Assistant coach Maggie Linker up to talk to right side Sarah Williamy. The two of them played together before Maggie Linker became assistant coach. And whatever Maggie she told her worked. And you can see the smirk on Maggie's face over here. Unfortunately, you can't see it on your screen. But Maggie Linker, as soon as that one went down, the biggest smile you can imagine. Maggie Linker playing not only with the Sarahs, but at the same position as the right side hitter, and now serving as their assistant coach, newly installed this year.
Great job by Herrera keeping that ball alive. Fate needing a little bit stronger of a press to keep that ball on the Leopard side. So that's going to send Davis back to serve.
But Jade, Maggie Linker, another player that you got to spend some time with on the court.
Absolutely. The best way that I can describe Maggie is she is the glue. It's so exciting to see her as an assistant coach now for this team, as I just can't even imagine the knowledge that she is bestowing on all of them. She's such a positive energy, and it's great to see her here on the sidelines.
Nice down ball from Watley will result in a point there for the Tigers. They are up 12-5 in set 3. Maggie Linker had spent some time as an assistant coach a year ago, but more of a volunteer basis, wasn't full-time. But then Brindle Langley, the full-time assistant for the Tigers a year ago, got a job with her alma mater, Boise State. And she left right before this season, and Maggie Linker getting the full-time position, joining Coach Jenkins and Brad Bullocks on the sideline. And I know everybody has been happy to have her, especially the Sarahs and Emily Ellis. The 3 super seniors spending time with her. Wild play here. Tigers keeping it alive. A collision and a kill for Flynn, but Rodriguez and Herrera laughing off the pain and giving each other a high five. Even through the pain, Tigers get some points. McLean. All sorts of trouble for the Leopards. Ray has to come from the back row. Rodriguez to Flynn. Fate saves it for the moment, not long enough. Sophomore McGarry back in there.
Tight ball. Nice save there by Watley, and she will score.
And oh, go ahead, Jade.
I was just about to say, punching that ball over really tight on the net. Definitely a lucky ball for Watley.
And it was a point fully manufactured by first years. It was the initial pass by Rodriguez, then the set from McLean, and finishing it was Watley. And this time Ray well out on the cross-court opportunity, but you have to imagine teams watching must be a little scared when they see 3 first years getting the job done for the Tigers in such a pivotal moment and against such talented opponents. Here comes Ray again. Dig from Herrera. Flynn tried to just swat it over with her left hand. Instead, it'll fall for the Leopards. 15-6 Trinity. Make it 15-7 here in set 3. Excellent push from Herrera. Watley gets a good swing on it, but Ray will get the swing now. Herrera on the floor to dig it. Free ball coming for the Leopards. Ray rejected, and in the meantime also in the net. Slide attempt and a tool off the block for Olivia Ruckert. Ruckert, the freshman from Camino Island, Washington. Has been pretty quiet so far today, just 3 kills on 10 swings. Marissa out to Watley. Right there is McGarry. Here comes Ray outside. And Ellis puts enough on it to put it down.
Smart look by Ellis. She saw that opening as the outside pulled in to try and block her. Definitely took advantage of that smart tip. Tight free ball for the Tigers. They're going to push that out to Williamy, who will score down the line.
Had it 2 ways, had it off the block and had it down the line. Unfortunately, you can't count it twice, but the Tigers already well in control. 18-8 in set number 3, really pulling away from the Leopards here after a first set that was very close, a second set that started out tight, but since then, the Tigers really just showing how strong they are as a team.
Absolutely. Great consistency. They're really minimizing errors, and it's showing here in set 3.
Could be the final timeout we have, so you didn't think we were going to let you get away without some story time on the opposing school, did you? Don't know exactly why the Leopards are the Leopards, but we do know why Laverne is orange and green. Very specific choice of colors for the school located in Southern California. They are orange and green as a tribute to the San Gabriel Valley's production of citrus orchards. So that's the orange. And then the railroad industry that helped populate the area of Southern California, that inland empire in the 20th century. So that explains the green. So a unique combo, green and orange, for citrus and railroads.
Good deal.
And it was pretty fun having gone to Trinity now, being in my senior year, knowing the types of schools that we play. Got to visit Southern California in the summer, and we're driving out to Rancho Cucamonga, San Bernardino to catch some minor league baseball games. And on the exit signs for the highway, you see Laverne, you see Claremont, you see Mudd and Scripps and all the Claremont colleges there. And it's like, oh my gosh, we play them, we've seen them.
A lot of familiar names for sure that we have seen time and time again. Tuning back in from that timeout, that's Watley back to serve for you. Watley ducking out of the way, hoping that that ball's flying out. That's going to be a point for the Leopards out of the timeout.
Ray up to 6 kills on 22 swings. Still not the type of performance she had yesterday, but Coach Hendershot using the word stud to describe Maya Ray, the freshman, saying she is so athletic, so intelligent in the game of volleyball, and she gets the ace here. Coach Hendershot even saying that she doesn't realize how good she is, which is a pretty good thing, because he says when she makes a great play, she doesn't even realize how great it is. And when she makes a mistake, she also doesn't realize that it was a mistake. She's just out there playing to her best capacity, and it's been great for the Leopards. Emily Ellis, in the meantime, on the slide, gets yet another kill for the Tigers. She's up to 6. So another fantastic afternoon for Emily Ellis.
Nice low float from Rodriguez. Laverne saving that ball out of the net. Nice set from Patton. They'll score. Leopards still down by 8 here in the third set. Tigers looking for a quick side out to close out this match.
Tight pass goes over for Watley, and the Tigers have to scramble to just get it. Williamy right into the hands of Ray. Here comes Young. Williamy again met by Young. Can the Tigers get it together? Logan just kind of pops it over. And here comes Watley. Amarino, Logan out. Nearly a great way to salvage it, but instead Laverne pulls within 7. Free ball. Ray gets the dig. Called in the antenna are the Leopards. Point for the Tigers. Herrera and Flynn come in for Williamy and Amarino. And Herrera will try to make sure Amarino doesn't come back into the game. Just 5 points to go for a clean sweep. Out on the swing from Caitlin Bloomer. First we've seen of the freshman from Frisco. The only Texas native on this Laverne roster. Ray struggles a little bit with that serve. Great dig by Watley. And a great kill by Logan.
A lot of strong swinging in that last rally, but Logan being the one to come out on top. We're also seeing some great low aggressive serving from Herrera late in this third set. And hopefully she can close things out.
More miscommunication for Smith and the Leopards. Ball lands right in front of them, and it's 23-12. Trinity. And Trinity back to serve. And let's see if she does it again. Something the Tigers have done all afternoon. And yep, right to Ray.
Tight pass by Laverne is going to result in a free ball for the Tigers. They're running Fate out of the middle, but the Leopards keeping this ball alive.
Flynn gets it over. Smith will try to reset things for the Leopards. And the point goes to Nalani Young on the outside. But pointing out that serve right to Ray could be the big reason why Ray has struggled offensively. Trinity making it a point to serve her consistently, and that takes a lot of energy out of her game when they are serving their best hitter.
Tigers getting called out of rotation with that last serve receive. They're going to call Sarah Flynn, releasing a little bit too early before the ball is actually served. Nice pass by Rodriguez. and Logan's going to put that ball away.
Here comes Cassidy McLean for Mackenzie Logan. And all she needs is one. She has 2 aces on the afternoon after 3 last night. Wouldn't be the worst time for number 3 here. First year from the Woodlands, looking to close it out. Herrera meets the kill, or meets the swing from Ray. Leopards come right back. And they'll survive just a little bit longer as Nalani Young rattles it along the tape. No, the official had pointed to Laverne initially, but then they changed their mind, and not the most dramatic way to get a sweep, but the Tigers will take it. Certainly looked like the swing from Young landed in favor of the Leopards, but what an afternoon for the Tigers, making a very talented Laverne squad look pretty weak when compared to the Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers played a very clean game, and as we mentioned earlier, their serving really just put them over the top there. They were running aggressive serving throughout the entire match, which really resulted in some shaky passing by Laverne, unable to run their offense effectively. And again, that definitely worked in the Trinity Tigers' favor in all 3 sets.
Trinity had their hitting percentage up to 265. That's near the mark they had last year. That was best in the nation and much better than they've started out this year. Their average is 205 in the 2022 season, so 265, a very high number for them. Still no one in double digits for the Tigers when it comes to kills. They are continuing to spread the wealth. Reagan Watley with 9 kills, Sarah Williamy with 8, Ellis and Fate combining for 6 kills, and then of course the big time blocking, 9 more blocks for Trinity, which now for Trinity 9's like, oh, just 9? But 9 is
A hefty
incredible.
amount, yeah, definitely, especially in just 3 sets.
3 sets, 9 blocks, that is 3 per set. Trinity averages 2.7, so still above that average, and that average is second best in all of Division III. Jade, the numbers don't lie. This Trinity team is for real.
Absolutely. And we will mention it time and time again, but the freshmen are really showing out this season. You had 3 freshmen, Rodriguez, McLean, and who am I forgetting? Watley, pretty much playing that entire match and putting up good numbers. So great to see some young experience really executing for this team.
It was another fun one on this Saturday morning. Great way to wake up and spend your weekend on Tiger Network. And some good news, there's more volleyball to come today. All day on Tiger Network, the Trinity Fall Classic continues. And Jade, you will be joined by Amelia Roden at 6 p.m. as Trinity takes on Scranton. You excited for that?
Absolutely, yep. Another 2019 alumni will be joining me to announce that match, so be sure to tune in.
Unfortunately, I will not be with you. I will be headed across campus to the football game, Trinity football playing Texas Lutheran. So a lot going on campus, but I'm sure you and Amelia will do a wonderful job. Thank you to everyone in the control room and everyone that helps make this broadcast happen. For Jade Schoenberger, I'm Brian Yanselson, and have a splendid Saturday afternoon.